man, another junk email. These people are soliciting me, and they don't even understand that they're soliciting me for the services that I sell. Hey, let me ask you something. What's eating up most of your time every day? Is it tons of junk emails? Is it sending invoices? Is it a million other little things that add up and creep away the time that you will never get back? What if you could automate just one of those tasks and have AI do it for you? Well, today I'm actually going to show you how to do that. And not only how to do that, make a tool that automates your task, I'm going to teach you how to make it with no code from idea all the way through to a actually sellable SaaS model product. We're going to walk through that. We're going to need a handful of tools. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And you're going to learn that all in less than an hour. So here's the golden rule. Don't start with what can I automate? Start with what problem do I have? What is the thing that is a pain in your neck? And when you can solve that, that's when you have the money. So let's break it down to some real world examples. You are horrible at following up with leads. You have leads keep slipping through the cracks. So build an automation that follows up with the leads for you. You have 1,000 invoices to send and it takes all of your time and energy. Build an automation that sends out the invoices. Or, like what we're going to do today, you get a bunch of emails that are not worth your time to read. So we build out a, let's call it an AI optimized spam filter. So, in order to first build out our tool that sorts through our email for us, we're going to have to log in to our make.com account. Now, I have my account set up with Firebringer's email address. And I just log in with Google. You can create your own login. You can do all sorts of things to get it done as needed. And as you see, I've got a few credits left, and we've still got 11 days until the actual end of the billing cycle. So I'm probably going to have to buy some extra credits. This is how you can keep track of it. By the way, guys, it's $18.82 for 10,000 credits operations. I use a lot of operations over what a normal person would use because I'm also automating like thousands of blog posts every week across multiple platforms. But we're going to go to our scenario. We're going to create a new scenario. And since we want to use our email, we're going to start there. So we're going to watch emails. Criteria is only unread emails in our inbox. We're actually going to have to change which account we're using too. I want to use my normal Firebringer AI account. Inbox, only unread emails. We're going to leave all of this blank. Mark messages as read when fetched. No, but we might change that. We're going to go ahead and go from now on. And we are going to go to our OpenAI and we are going to create a completion. And we are going to use, now I use 4.0 Mini because it's the most cost effective. It is the lowest cost model and it does a fairly good job. We're going to add a message. We're going to add a developer or system role. And we're going to tell it, you are responsible for sorting the emails into priority categories. If it is an email soliciting for the sale of AI sales or marketing tools, it is essentially spam. If it is soliciting improvements in our website, it is also essentially spam. If it is not a response to a sent email from me, it should be assessed and assigned a value from low 1 to high 5. 5 would most likely be a request for proposal. And then we're going to add another message. This is our user message, and this is going to be the actual email copy, which is typically going to be right there. So we'll say OK, and then we're going to use one more create a completion. This one, we're going to use 4.0 mini again. And we're only going to have a user prompt. If value is above 3, send alert, send email to, how are we going to do this? How are we going to set it up to notify me if it's a value above 3? What could we do? I know what we can do, right? And some of this is just kind of figuring out and playing with stuff as you go along. So we're actually going to go to our email, and we're going to mark an email as read. In the inbox, if the email ID here we go. So we're going to go back to our ChatGPT. If value is above 3, is below 3, send output, and we're going to have it output the email ID. Okay, and that's all it's going to do. And then we're going to have that email ID come from the result here. So ideally, this will read an email, determine if it is valuable, and then determine whether it wants to output it. And we're going to put this label is, we're just going to put no condition result is not equal to email ID that should filter it. So we're going to come back over here, and we're going to go to choose where to start. Select the first email. If there's any that are unread, I might have to go mark some unread. Oh, perfect, right here. We've got some old emails. So we're going to run it just to test it. We want to make sure it works. Okay, its output was So it determined that this was not valuable and sent it. We're going to go ahead and go do a quick send an email to myself, a mock email to phone tool and email tool. Send. Now we go back over to our make automation and we come back over here. We choose where to start, select the first email, and we should have an unread email right there. Okay, so now we're going to run that same thing. Now this time it gave me something, but we got an error. So what was the error? It gave us an output. Oh, interesting. It screwed it up. So we need to correct it. And we are, what, 10 minutes into this video? And we're pretty much halfway done. Okay. If is soliciting to sell me if it is soliciting improvements or proposal or pricing of our AI sales and marketing tools. Okay. So we should be able to actually run that one again because it should not have marked it as read. And we'll want to build in an error handler here as well. So we're actually going to add an error handler where it just ignores. So we're going to run that one more time. And it determined invalid number for parameter ID. Okay. Okay. So it's still not understanding to output the email ID. Output only and then we're going to do this right here. We're going to put 3 dashes below and 3 dashes above so that it does not want to put out anything else. And we will try that one more time. I may have to go mark that one as unread now because it might mark it as read. Oh, okay. Ready? Let's try this again. Okay, so it got the email UID, and then if I go here, will it mark it as read or unread? Leaves it as unread. Perfect, which is what I want. So now when I go through my emails that are not worth my time will already be marked as read. Emails that I want to read will be marked as unread. So, oh, wrong button. We're going to take that, go back to our make automation. We're going to go ahead and save it real quick. And then we're going to come over to this more button, export the blueprint. That's going to export a JSON file. Now we're going to turn this into an executable app. We'll close out the folder that we've been working on in here. This right here is Windsurf. So we're going to generate a project with Cascade. We're actually going to go ahead and open a file. our downloads, our blueprint. Open, I trust it fully. We are using this open AI integration in JSON format as an advanced spam filter, and you just give it good directions. We would like to make it into an executable desktop application that can run in the background during my working hours. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it's going to make a directory. And then once it gets that directory made, we will want to go into our normal browser here. We're going to copy this. We're going to go into that directory, which it was called spam filter, right there. And we're going to paste this in there. Okay. We're going to accept all. We're going to open that folder. Now, when we open that folder, it's going to close out this conversation, but we can open it right back up. So, we give it a second. We tell it it'll load this up, and we'll click that past workflow right there. Now we're going to tell it at blueprint is the make scenario we are converting to an .exe. Okay, one of the things that it does, because it's old, it doesn't realize that 4 is not the model we want to use. We want to use 4.0 many. So we'll let it go ahead and write all the things it needs to write, as it writes spamfilter.py. And you will be able to see in the code where it imports the model. Right, so open API key. Okay, so we're going to tell it accept all. Now, we are going to want to set up our OpenAI API key, our email user login and password, and we're going to want to do these handful of things. We'll want to do them right here. You click terminal, you click new terminal, we click insert. Oh, it put it in the wrong place. So we'll undo that, and we'll come down here. Then we'll click insert. Oh, you silly punk. Okay. We'll just copy and paste. Okay. And now it's done that. And now I'm not going to show you these parts right here. I'm going to have to turn the camera off for a second. Actually, I might just turn off the display capture so you can see me do this live, because I'm trying to do this all in less than an hour, as the video says. So I'm going to copy and paste that section. Only I'm going to take we're going to get rid of the part that says your OpenAI key, and we're actually going to go get our OpenAI key. God bless. And then where it says email user your.email at, we're going to put in our email address. And then where it tells us our Gmail password, we'll put in our actual password. And then we'll go ahead and open up a new terminal. We will delete that old terminal. And now I will turn that camera back on. And we will copy python.spamfilter.py, paste it, and run. See what happens. It now appears that it is working. Maybe. Actually, let's tell it to run the application. Well, I'm going to have to turn my camera off again because it wants me to do the environmentals. It didn't hold the environmentals. Bear with me. We'll get it done, guys. Fortunately, I have them saved well and easily so that I can do this. And we turn the display capture back on. And we come back here. And we say .env is set. And now we'll have it run it. There might be an issue. Let me add some error handling to diagnose the problem. Right? And this is what development is, by the way, is squashing all the issues it has. And we're actually going to tell it, let's get good logs for the errors that may occur when we run it. And because it was trying to run a command, it actually needs me to hit enter twice. Setting this up with some good logging and debugging. Takes just a few seconds. And now in our terminal, if we hit up, it'll repeat the last thing that we typed in. And we can do that with, multiple things. So as it creates this new bit of code to make sure that it logs all the debug, we're going to actually run it here so that we can show you the logs. Okay, so these are the errors that it had. And this right here is the majority of the time that I spend doing development in Windsurf. It literally is copying the error pasting it into the Windsurf text, letting it see the errors, and then figure out what it needs to do. So I need to set up two-step verification on the app passwords. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Turn off the display capture again. Go to my Gmail. Go to my settings. And it actually gives me step-by-steps, like go to myaccount.google.com. So we're actually going to go there instead. And then it says go to security, two-step verification. So we're going to do that. And plug in our password. Make sure you guys can't see me. Okay. And then app passwords. App name, advanced spam filter, create, and then we get a password for our device. Done. And then we're going to go ahead and close that. And we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to our environmentals, accept all changes. Oh, replace the email pass. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we actually want to do this. And then do that. Okay, so now let's get out of our environmental folder and turn our display capture back on. Accept all. And it is updated. Okay. And again, I want to run it in the terminal so that I have more view of the errors. Oh, interesting. So we have an OpenAI error that was not there before. And we need to go back up to our most recent right here. So we're going to copy from here. All the way down. As it updates the code. And we've got this nice little README that lets us do all sorts of things here. So if we were to sell this app as open or provide it as open source, somebody could go, oh, I need to put in this and this and this, and then do these things. So we're going to go ahead and do this one more time over here. It looks like it worked. So we're going to go back up to our, yep, that blue tells me it was successful. We're just going to confirm that by saying, putting this in here. Great, the application is now running successfully. Here's what's happening. You should see a green icon in your system tray. So if we come back down here, I'm going to say it's, I don't specifically see one. This application will automatically process emails during work hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, it's out of work hours, so it's probably not going to do that. I can change any of those things. And I can always take a look at the spam filter log. So earlier, like 8 minutes ago, we got the ML credentials wrong, but we fixed that. So now we have a functioning app. And just like that, you've built your first AI tool. No coding necessary. We did it with Make to create the structure. We converted that Make application or scenario into a actual web app or an executable app, and now we have a functioning full service application that we built to solve a problem, and my inbox has never been easier to get through. Thanks for watching today, and now it is your turn. What tools do you want? What automations could you build? What problems can you solve? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell notification so you always find out when I'm putting out new content. I try to put it out as regularly as possible. And communicate in the comments. Tell me what kind of content you want to see. I'm Justin with the Orange Beard. I'm the founder of Firebringer AI, and I thank you for checking it out.